So I'm going to change this lesson a little bit from elbow to knee, going with analogous body parts. But basically when I touch someone, I'm not going to grab you to show you the difference, so because I don't want to put your system on alert. But again, you just want to make sure that person is secure for them. Just because this table's 36 inches, if I saw someone like, act like you're drying your nails, put your hands a little bit into startle. So if someone was like this on my table, I know that they have fallen. And just because I go with this, if they say, oh no, I haven't fallen, sometimes they're embarrassed, sometimes whatever, but if for whatever reason their hands are like that, even on this table, they are afraid of falling, and I would definitely bolster. So I'm just going to go with the knee and the elbow, and I'm going to rotate same. So it's sort of like I'm opening a mayonnaise jar on the knee, and I'm rotating through the elbow, but my intention is this area in the hips and how it attaches.
Sit here. It's fine. It's so comfortable.
And I'm also looking to see how the lower arm responds. And now I'm going to reverse the rotation. I'm not going to do that through the elbow. I'm just going to go up to the shoulder and just reverse, and just to see again to hook up that pelvis. And then I'm going to rotate back through the shoulders. And right there, the knee and the foot kicked in. Did you feel that?
I did. I haven't felt my pelvis kick in.
And then back to the foot. Oh, I haven't touched the pelvis yet, so that's okay. And back where the foot's lifted. However, when I start to get a system response, I go where the brain's telling me to go. So the fact that your foot is lifting and coming back down. And now I'm going to come into the pelvis. So again, notice I'm not taking a hand off. I either leave the hand to the right on and move my left, or keep here and move here. But I never take my hands away and come back again. Feel the disconnect?
Yes.
Okay. So because there was a little bit of one, I'm just going to go back and refresh. And now I'm going to go into the pelvis. So to the pelvis. Rotate, and then back into the foot. Quickly doing the femur. Now this is the first time I'm doing a counter rotation, so I'm rotating into the pelvis and then away from the knee. And then I'm just quickly going up the femur. And then I'm going to counter-rotate the other way, going down the femur. This way too now, the foot's starting to sway, counter-sway with its stance on the table. Again, I can feel that. If you look, examine closely, you're probably not going to see it in the foot. I know it's happening because just the way that the lower shin is responding.
Yes.
So there, see, you can see the foot going sway back and forth. And now I'm just going to go back to my original move. And what I'm doing here is just simple baby rolling over. So see how if you were to roll right now, your knee would go up and then over onto the elbow. But most people do a very topical touch on the knee. I'm touching through the knee, through the pelvis. So it's almost like if my hand was underneath the pelvis and I was pushing or rotating the leg into my hand. And then rotating using this hand and bringing back up into the other. I'm going to go back to the shoulder and rotate. But this is just a simple touch to show how to start connecting some of the body parts together. Now, I still haven't worked the chest cavity and all that. This is not a quote lesson. But now, for the first time though, I can rotate the knee in and start to elongate the arm. Or at least start that conversation. And that would be stuff like walking backwards, crab walking, all of those kind of motions.
Pelvis.
Now I could take this lesson so many different ways. I can go onto the leg, I can go through the chest cavity, I can go through here. But again, if I were just to touch, you see how there's very little conversation or none at all going from hand to hand.
Yes. I
Versus
sense that.
if it's a rotate.
Yes. And then how do you decide where to go in the lesson?
Oh, that's the loaded question. That's where it depends on more so who I'm working on. First of all, let's say if you come to me and say, oh, Michelle, my lower back's hurting me. Well, then see right here, then I would go after spine rotation, and then I would start, having that conversation to initiate the spine into that conversation with the knee. So that would be one option. See, just from those little touches, see already the difference now with that sway. Now see, just from doing that, see how the shoulder doesn't want to, on the opposing side, doesn't want to counter. So I can go up, but see, to go down into the left shoulder, the right shoulder doesn't want to seesaw through the clavicles. So that might be another thing. If you came to me with a headache or neck pain, I would have to start addressing maybe going down here and pelvis into the neck. Okay? If you were complaining about ankle, then I would have to come here and start working on the foot presenting more into the floor, let's say, and then coming off the floor. So as examples, or if you were having troubles getting out of bed, then maybe I might come down to the pelvis, into the wrist, coordinating the synchronization of this is getting out of the car, going, pushing your door open into the pelvis. So what I do is I look at, I might, in my very brief interview with the client, if they have a specific need, I think of that movement and work it backwards through the body. So if you say, oh, I'm really having a lot of trouble getting out of the car. So what's getting out of the car? First I have to push the door open, I'm going, into the pelvis, and I'm coming around, pushing through the opposing foot. So then, sort of like, like when you watch film, you go, bloop, 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 go backwards, and go, okay, then from this point, where do I need to start? And so it would be the rotating of the pelvis, where the right side starts to lift up, and the opposing foot. If you're saying when I go to load dishes, it's not that I look at, be comfortable, where the repetitive movement is. I think of the actual act, and then I know when they've walked in, well, maybe I could see that your neck is a little locked up, so leaning over to do the dishes is a bit of a problem.
Beautiful, Michelle. Thank you.
Does that help?
It does.
Okay.
And it explains why I like to do my Tai Chi moves backwards. It makes
If you can't
the
walk,
master
well,
crazy.
same thing with the
It's the master
babies.
crazy.
But if you can't go backwards, then you can't do it forward.